Welcome back again to another episode of Boss It Up Radio, where that's right, it is time to boss it up again. So
Hey,
today we are here in the artist spotlight segment with the most handsome. The skin is glowing and popping. The teeth is white.
thank you, Kim.
Hey, muscles is flexing, just all nice and stuff. So we have Skyy Royale here today in the artist spotlight segment. Everybody, I hope that you are prepared for a great show. I want to introduce you to Boss Up Radio, and I want to say thank you for being here, Skyy. Tell us a little bit about who you are and where you're from and what you're representing.
Wow. Well, Queen, thank you for having me. I appreciate you having me, honestly. So I'll be 27 on the 16th. I am a massage therapist by trade. I've been doing it since 2013. I've been doing it since I was about 19, turning 20. And it changed my life and made me to the person that I am right now. So I'm representing my brand, Royal King Touch, and I'm also representing, as you can see with the hashtag Team Tenacity, which is a financial firm that has also further changed my life and made my business what it is. So I'm excited.
I am excited too. Now, before we get a little bit more in depth about your art and the things that it is that you'll be showcasing here today, tell me a little bit more about your hashtag Team Tenacity. Tell me a little bit more about that. How did you come up with that?
Awesome. So it's not my hashtag. Jay Gauthier Jr. is the CEO of the office. It's basically a company within a company. It's Transamerica World Financial. And I've been a part of the company since 2018, so for about 2 years now. And it's taught me so much about self-development, financial literacy that I went to school, tried to learn about. They didn't teach that. On top of the fact that, like I said, I've been doing massages for as long as I've been doing them. And about 2017 to 2018 was kind of when I created the brand itself, and it shifted to where it is. And getting into business with Team Tenacity, it just elevated that business and made it what it is right now. So the whole concept of what Team Tenacity is loyalty, respect, and integrity. And I mean, that's everything that my massage business is. So it melds together well.
And now I have to ask, how long have you been a massage therapist? What led you to this? I don't want to have to think that it's because you are fine and stuff and that you just want to get closer to the ladies. I don't want to have to think that. So, boss us up a little bit and let us know how you got into massage therapy.
Okay, so like I said prior, I got into it in 2013. When was it? 2011. So 2011, I graduated high school, and on July 2nd, 2011, I was in a really bad car accident that ended up fracturing my entire arm to pieces. So this whole arm is made out of metal plates and screws.
Oh, boy.
And so, prior, I've never broken a bone. So that was something that was extremely traumatic, and 2 years prior to that, in March 15, 2009, I was in a car accident as a passenger, and I was ejected out of the car like 45 miles an hour head first into the ground. And I was pronounced without a pulse. So in technicality, I was dead in technicality. Mm-hmm. And I was held back to the nearest hospital. I was in a coma for about 2 weeks. So, something like that. And then after, graduating high school and getting a car, I wasn't ready to have a car and drive. It was intense. So fast forward into 2 years later, 2 years of community college, didn't know what I wanted to do. And at the time they was talking about be your own boss, be a massage therapist, make your own hours. And it was something that I was giving my mom foot massages for every so often. And she was like, why don't you get into that? You like doing massages. And so we went and found a school. The first school was Harris School of Business, which is a very predatory school. They had a business right now. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it wasn't a vibe. So she found another school that was near. We lived in South Jersey. She worked borderline close to New York. So that was a 2 hour drive one way, 2 hour drive back, so like a 4 hour drive into it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I want to say like 20 miles outside of where her job was. So early on, I had to wake up at 4 a.m, got to school at 7 o'clock in the morning. School didn't start till 9 o'clock in the morning. And I had to do that pretty much the entire year. and it was a fast forward type of class. So it was an advanced class. So if you missed one day, you're back. And I missed a few days. I got into some trouble, and it was a hard thing, but it ended up now. I went through all of that crap to where I'm at right now.
Well, I want to say that I am extremely proud of you. You should be extremely proud of yourself too, because you have a story, you have a testimony, and a lot of people don't make it through that. It's extremely powerful, and I just hope that whatever it is that you touch will turn to gold. I hope that whatever business endeavor that you speak out of your mouth, that you believe it, because our words are very powerful. We can manifest all that we speak. I want to let you know that Stony Bishop says, "I love you, bro." He is in the back with the baby. I can see him in the back. I can see you, Stony Bishop. He's giving you the rock star salute right now. So he's definitely here supporting you. I want to let you know that. There's nothing like having support from those who support you. Yes, no doubt. So we have a lot to showcase today. You did send me a very descriptive email of things that we are going to be showcasing today. He says he knows me best as Ryan Michael.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So he told me to tell you that again, I don't know how they get into the back studio, but you can't see his comments because they're private. So maybe he might go out and come back in, not in the back studio, but I just want to let you know that he's here. So we are going to be showcasing a couple things today. We also are going to be playing some music. Awesome. Okay. Now, the first song that I am going to be playing by you is called Finances, is the first song. Now, before we get into that song play, tell me a little bit more about Finances, what that song is about, how you were inspired, and then we'll go ahead and kick it off.
Cool. So going back to Jay Gauthier and Team Tenacity, hashtag Team Tenacity. So I took music as more so a hobby. I didn't necessarily want to be a rapper like everybody else, because I've seen so many of my friends, and it's just a trend to be a rapper, right? That I more so did the freestyling thing as a hobby, and it was just always something cool that I did. And when I got into Team Tenacity, I made the advertisement, the dedication, and the commitment to making Team Tenacity known through music. And my first streaming, EP was actually this, financial EP, financial literacy EP. So the song Finances is, let's talk about the first verse. Let's talk about the way we've been taught versus the way that they move with the money. I'm tired of all of these lames thinking it's all cool, showing them blowing all the money. So, we don't really know too much about finances. That's not something we're taught. And that's because, it was made for the wealthy white folks. You know what I'm saying? The wealthy white men to understand finances and how it works. So now we're in an age where, everything is being flipped upside down.
Yeah.
It's a time to capitalize on helping everybody that looks like me and you and who doesn't. Whoever is in a class situation, we need to bring up. We need to break this class situation. That's what
And I wanted to be very clear, because I think that some people get in their feelings when we say things like that, that the white community were more bossed up than we was, in a sense, growing up. But the fact of the matter that's what it is, and that we do have the power to change. Yeah. There are white people who have bad credit that don't know about finances. There are black people who don't know about credit or finances. It's not just a skin color type of thing, but yes, we have been placed in those different sectors as to where, the white communities have flourished more. But I know some white people who are ghetto.
Yeah, same.
I know some black people who are ghetto.
Same.
Okay. And if you did not see the color of their skin and you were just talking to them on the phone, you wouldn't know what their skin color was.
Right.
So, again, people like yourself, people like me, we do have the power to change. People will judge me strictly because I have on an orange wig, not knowing that I'm intellectual, not knowing that I'm intelligent, not knowing that I'm a boss, not knowing that I have all these things to offer. But that's where we have to come in and break those chains and show people that, everybody can be fucked up.
I agree.
Everybody can be suffering some type of way, but are you willing to be open to different perspectives to make that change? because, you know, again, we can help a world full of people. That's you right. know, and as much as I would like to, you know, bring the community of Black people together, it's the exact same feeling that as I want to bring the community of people together who wants that change. Right. So I can't just necessarily say that, you know, I'm just 100% rooting just for Black people. I am rooting for all people who want to be successful. Right. I am rooting for all people who want to make a change. And right. some people might not like that I just said that here on Boss It Up Radio, but guess what? Fuck it. Okay. It is what it is. You know, we do not want to come to a place where we're segregating. Okay. Right. If you want to make a change, but segregation is not the way to do it.
You know what? Let me add to that, because I want to clarify what you just said. And I feel like a lot of people in general, like, so for people that look like me and you, I don't even want to use the terms, the social constructs of Black and white, because that's, if you think about a race is a competition. And yeah. we're not in competition with each other. We're in competition with ourselves. That's one thing we don't take an accountability, that you've never been in competition with anybody else. You know, and in order for us all to flourish, we all have to connect and work together. Yeah. And the thing about the whole Black and white conflict is that I think most people, and everybody, not most people, everybody should look at it as being in a house, especially in America.
Yeah.
We're in a house where white people are at the top, they living on the top floor, like you said, they bossed up, but they still living in a house that is controlled, and Black people at the bottom, right? And so we have these already constructed, filled, given opinions that typically are usually furthered by interactions with authority, not usually interactions with normal day-to-day people, typically. Mm-hmm. And so since we already had these preconceived notions, I hate to say it, you know, a lot of Black people don't want to hear this, but a lot of Black people play the victim, all the while using oppression or using oppressed mindsets, and then using that as a forced mindset to make all white people feel like they're wrong.
It's true.
That's wrong. That's completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then the media continues to perpetuate that, and the Black culture itself is completely destructive, because, and let's just play the music, because it's just,
let's just play the music.
Play the music, because it's too much to go into right now.
That's a whole nother show, everybody. So hopefully we can get Skyy Royale back again on another topic. But for now, we're going to go ahead and play this music. So the first song that I'm going to be playing is called Finances. Everybody, let's go.
Let's go.
Here's the 9 to 5. Either man tries to beat the signal, it's my duty to shoot him down like a dog, and I'll do it. Go help me. This thing is going to be done right and proper. Understand? Yeah. Cock your hammers already. Ready, aim, fire.
Let's talk about the cash, about the money. Let's talk about the pay, about the squalor. Let's talk about the king, about the crib. Let's talk about the finances. Let's talk about the cash, about the money. Let's talk about the pay, about the squalor. Let's talk about the king, about the crib. Let's talk about the finances. Let's talk about the way we've been taught. Versus the way that they move with the money. I'm tired of all of these lanes, thinking this all showing them blowing all the money. I wanna be flat as fuck. I still be saving all my money. You can turn up in the club too after you save. Having your money, having the mindset, the bullet on the budget is flexing. By saving all your money, making nothing into something. Manifest everything, so it's love. Matter of fact, what I really mean is where you putting all your money. Or you educated on how money works on the mentality before an actual manifestation. When you condition your mindset, like rich dad, no poor dad, that's no swag, so wag. Everything comes with a price tag. Invest into your future, cause that's what everybody wants. But if you get the chance to truly retire, and that's a shame, and it'll make you start from a young age, cause the old people love, and that's always been the mission. So kick it until that is finished. And that's a universal gift, as above, so below. Like Genesis, education cures everything. We giving it tenaciously, graciously, amazingly. People don't take advantage enough to change their circumstances, and it's a whole shame. Let's talk about the cash, about the money. Let's talk about the pay, about the swallow. Let's talk about the cake, about the trip. Let's talk about the finances. Let's talk about the cash, about the money. Let's talk about the pay, about the swallow. Let's talk about the cake, about the trip. Let's talk about the finances, about the cash, about the money, about the pay, about the swallow, about the cake, about the trip, finances, about the cake, about the money, about the pay, about the swallow, about the cake, about the trip. Let's talk about the finances, the money, the pay, the cake, all day. The money, the pay, the cake, all day. The money, the pay, the cake, all day.
Hey.
All right. You know, I am someone who is very blunt. I'm very real. And if I don't enjoy something, I'll just simply say it wasn't for me.
Right.
I enjoyed that. That is actually something that I would listen to because, you know, we need to listen to more things with substance and things that have more meaning, you know. Now, granted, you know, a lot of the music that's out, you know, you might like the beat, you know, it might be fun when you're out and things like that. But when you really want to listen to something with some substance, you don't want to listen to girls shake your laffy taffy, your hair is nappy. You don't want to hear none of that stuff. You know, you really want to have something with some meaning. And, you know, finances is something that is very, very important, you know, and it's just like some teachers in school, you know, they would make certain songs to help you remember certain things.
Right.
And, you know, this is a song that reminds you, like, you know, keep your shit together. Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about the finances and things like that. So, you know, I'm very honored to have played that song here. Now, listening to that song being played here on Boss It Up Radio, tell me how you felt about it. Do you love it more? Or what is that feeling that you get when you know that others are listening to your music?
Oh, man. So, I mean, it's just like doing massages. Massages has taught me, I mean, to give without expectation. And that's why I make sure that when I do songs, especially more so now, because I've been doing songs a little bit before, like a year before I got into massage therapy. And I mean, in the beginning, like you were saying, a lot of the stuff I was saying, nigga, in my raps, and I was cursing a lot in my raps, and, you know, still having my own style, but trying to capture their relevancy, which, I mean, is not really relevant to me being unique, you know? So it feels great. I mean, it feels fantastic, especially to hear you know, that you love it and you're the person
I do. It just makes me want to roll a fat one and just get my finances in check right now.
I love it. Okay? That's really huge. And then the guy, Calvin, see, I can see the private chat. So Calvin K. Rhymes, he's the person that actually produced the beat. And he's a gentleman that does what he does with beats selflessly, and he's white. And it's funny because going to the white and black situation on my journey to being an artist and growing into my artistry, I have to be honest. The people that have supported me more have been the people that are white. I've gotten beats from, like, when I first got here to Maryland, some dude literally just found one of my posts I promoted on Instagram, and I'm like, bro, we should work together. He said, yo, send me your email. This dude sent me 100 beats, 100 of them. I mean, I have to be honest. People that look like me they'd be like, all right, so I'll send you something, but you gotta send me something back.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So when people do things selflessly like that, it makes me want to go 100%, 110, 120% harder just because they did that, just because they wanted to do it.
Yeah.
That's huge. I mean, come on, that's huge for somebody to just want to do something good just to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's doing without expectations. That's beautiful. That's
absolutely.
So beautiful, yo. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and again, you know, we don't want to like just make it about black and white because it's not that. You know, my grandmother adopted all of her kids. She couldn't carry kids, long story short.
Wow.
You know, I have an aunt who's white. You know, I have people in my family who are all nationalities.
Right.
You know, I am not prejudiced against color. I am prejudiced against people who are assholes.
Mindset, yes.
Period.
Mindset.
You know, and I will not get rid of my white friends because if I run out of gas, they're gonna come and get me. God damn it!
That's what I'm saying. And they're gonna ask no questions. They're gonna be like, okay, so I got you right now. It ain't gonna hold it over me. You know what I'm saying? It's a mindset thing. I agree, 100%.
Yeah. So we have more music by you. It looks like the next song that I am going to be playing is titled "Clap." Clap for Yourself, rather. Now, tell me a little bit more about Clap for Yourself. What inspired Clap for Yourself? What is this song about?
Wow. So when it comes to me writing music, I'm still learning how to put a story together. And I mean a conscious story that I can see it like how I see other artists with their music. They have like a story that from beginning to end is something that I would want to replay because it got an intro, it got an outro, and it's just structured really well. Mm-hmm. So I'm still learning to structure my music and telling a story the way I want to. Mm-hmm. But even in that process, it's still telling a story. You know, it's just not in the way I feel like it should be structured, but it's just telling a story. It just was, I mean, spur of the moment, just writing things that came to my head. It's actually unreleased. It's something that I'm gonna be releasing very soon. I have 2 projects. So I released 2 projects so far: the financial literacy EP, and the second one is the High Times, the Cielo Smooth 2, Part 1. This is part of Part 2. So this hasn't been released or heard by too many people.
Oh, nice. So Boss Up Radio is having the opportunity to showcase this song. So thank you so much for that. I am extremely honored here. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm super excited to hear this. And I want to tell you that you are extremely brilliant for creating the music how you have. Because again, you know, you don't get you don't really learn a lot from music when you listen to it. It's more about, you know, it's just music. You know, I have music that I clean up to. I have music that I cry to. I have music if I'm angry, I'm listening to, you know, certain music. Music really does play a huge toll on your life. But how many times have you said that you have listened to a song that has actually taught you something?
Wow.
You know, you should clap for yourself right now.
Well, we gonna clap for each other on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and listen to "Clap for Yourself" by Skyy Royale. Everybody, let's go.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Clap for yourself, give it a round of applause. The way you're saying, cause you got the sauce. Clap for yourself, give it a round of applause. The way you're saying, you got the sauce. Clap for yourself, give it a round of applause. It's all love. Clap for yourself, give it a round of applause. The way you're saying, cause you got the sauce. Clap for yourself, give it a round of applause. Get your own boss, and you got the sauce. You got the sauce. You got the sauce. Yeah. Say I'm saucy, I'm all the way awesome. Love what I am, love how we get the women, the love, the checks, and the respect. Let me let's get the sun up on my face. Rockin' with the team right now, when we straight. Believe in anything that'll bring you down. I'm the type of brother that'll bring your life to a sound. Like the loud of a crowd, I feel like a drag. Puff, pass, like the Jets to the left hand side. With that backhand job, we too live. So let us live. If I can save the world, this is what I did. Speaking in the past tense, going back to the future, now it makes sense. The anything is free, the more you can see, the stronger they become. Unleashing the heat from the core, which causes curiosity and nothing more. Ain't nobody stopping me, you too. The only person that holds you back is you. I said, it's all a bit of mine. So go ahead and take your time. We get high to accelerate development to higher levels and higher base, a higher stage. Clap for your soul, clap. Give it a round of applause. You the one, you know what I'm saying? Cause you got the sauce. You the one, you know what I'm saying? Cause you got the sauce. Clap for yourself, give it a round of applause. You the one, you know what I'm saying? Cause you got the sauce. Clap for yourself, give it a round of applause. Clap for yourself, give it a round of applause. Hope they don't think that they finish. This is just the entrance, the whole beginning, you know what I'm saying? The genesis, it's never ending, going back to the front, to the back, to the side, to the side. We just go and get it while we go and take our time. When we talking about me, when we talking about me, myself, and I, and everybody, yeah, when we go and get this pathway that we call life with my soul try to rely. Yo, get your whole mind wide open, that you see, and if you don't, then we all got you to believe in yourself, and that's the only way to get it. Yes, the believe in yourself step. The second step is the connection with everybody that you come across, and that's a blessing, yes, son. And they don't want to stress up. I just want to give them the love, let them understand who they are. Yeah, we all different, but we all connected. And that basis, so it's similar. Let's get connected. Let's get connected. Say, let's get connected. Say, let's get connected.
Woo, wait. Clap for yourself, Skyy Royale.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
You know, you have feel good music. This is music that everyone can listen to.
Right.
It can be played at events. It can be played in the clubs.
Right.
It can be played anywhere. And a lot of artists simply cannot say that about their music. Not throwing any shade on any artists who have more of a vulgar style type of music, because you can still be very successful with that. However, when you know that you can carry this music in your pocket, you can show up at a bar mitzvah, you can show up at a reggae event, you can show up anywhere with this music, and that speaks volumes. More people will be prone to want to listen to what you have to come out next. So I just want to only make a suggestion that, you continue to do you. You continue to make music that makes you feel good, because you have Calvin in the background was rocking to this. You have Stoney in the background who was rocking to this. I can see y'all in the back of doing y'all thing. So, I want to say that this is amazing. I really hope that this gets in the hands of the right person, because I can see this being played across the world. I mean, I can hear this being played in the UK. I can hear this being played in Canada. This is not far-fetched. You can wake up tomorrow and be a fucking rock star. It happens.
Right.
It happens. So, believe in yourself. So let's talk about the engineering and the beat on this, because again, I can just envision myself walking on the beach with the boombox like on my shoulder with this, drinking a big old margarita, like with no care in the world. That's how this song made me feel. So it really made me want to clap for myself and everything that I have been going through, because I don't think that we give ourselves enough recognition for how hard we work. Some of us are huge perfectionists, and it's just never good enough. But clap for yourself is beyond good enough, and I want you to know that.
Thank you, Queen. Wow. So let me just kind of give a little backstory to the. So I was recently living in California for like the last 4 years. My mom had moved. When I became a massage therapist, I was going to stay in Jersey. I was going to wear it out, weather it out. I had just got a car, just got my license, and I just got my first job. And it didn't necessarily work out in my favor. And I'll be honest, I mean, I have the credibility, so now I don't feel uncomfortable about talking about it. I never really did, but it wasn't something I would want to put out in the open. So I'm out here and just talking about it. But my first job was working for Hand and Stone. It's a company based out of New Jersey, and I've had typically nothing but white clients. And being somebody that looks like me, obviously the way the media projects and a lot of people that look like me think, well, I don't know if I want to take that chance on touching on that person and doing what I do. I never led with my color. And I truly feel that's one of the reasons why I'm perceived so well among people, because I don't lead with, I'm black, I'm a black man. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like although how they feel, whatever they feel, doesn't dictate how I am. That's not just because you feel like, oh, he's black, I got to be careful. That's on you. That's not on me. And I'm not going to give you that energy by leading with that either.
Yeah.
And so anyway, she was actually the first person that looked like me that was my client. And it was a regular massage. Nothing happened. She had a facial afterwards. So it was a 2-hour session. After she left the session, she went into the facial room, got the facial, and left and stormed out and said she was highly uncomfortable about the massage. She was just, she wouldn't pay for it. She stormed out. And so my manager came to me and said that she mentioned something about rape. Yeah, on her intake form and stuff like that. So I was in, like, obviously with any type of accusation like that, you're fired. And I've seen and heard many stories and many times of massage therapists getting like literally taken in. I mean, no questions asked. And for somebody that looks like me, obviously with the way things seem, it would be very easy to just,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So anyway, I got fired, and it ended up, like I said, leading with my mom. And when I got to California, we used to live near Mexico, right? And I got a call from the company itself, the company's lawyer. And the company, the lawyer had told me, okay, so I need to get I'm on a recorded line, so I need to get a statement from you because this lady is bringing us all the way to corporate with their suing. And so he was like, okay, I have to say off the record though, I don't, something doesn't necessarily seem right with her, but I just need a statement from you. And if we, decide to call you back, we'll take it further, which means obviously I'm in trouble. And if you don't hear back from us, then you have nothing to worry about. I gave him a statement, and I haven't heard back from him since.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, I
hate that you went through that.
I've had that happen 2 other times in multiple jobs I've had. And they are typically people that are either Hispanic or people that look like me. I think I've had, one other person that was white. But typically I don't have, and it's funny because I've never had an issue with my own business, and I wouldn't because I'm not that type of person. Mm-hmm. But knowing that a lot of men don't make it in massage therapy because of the fact of the prejudice of the way people view sexuality in massage therapy. And sexuality itself is looked at in such a taboo sense that any type of sexuality talked about is deemed inappropriate, it's wrong, this, that, and the third. But a lot of people don't understand that when you sit there and taboo things that's natural to human beings, it creates an inner conflict. On top of the fact that people eat trash, we're exposed to nothing but sexuality. It's a lot of conflict.
Yeah.
So, it ended up something that I'm not very fond of at all because, it happened to me multiple times, but obviously it's not a real thing. It didn't really happen, obviously. So, and I got laughed at, and I got, people still in Jersey to this day that I went to high school with still think I did it.
Well, you know what? They can think what they want to think.
Right.
Things happen every single day, and clearly it's up to that other person on how they're going to feel about you. Right. But if it takes for the universe to remove certain people out of your life, then so be it. Right. Because everybody will not be able to go where you're going. Everybody will not be able to attain the type of success that you are currently attaining. And everybody won't be able to clap for themselves like you.
Well, thank you, Queen. I appreciate it.
And now the beat, and then we're going to get to another song or two before we go. Now the beat to that song that we just listened to, who made that beat?
I don't mean to keep bringing up the race thing, man, because like I said, I don't even want to talk about like this. It's a social construct, so I'm only using it to reference to what programmed minds are, are comfortable with.
Yeah.
So by doing music freely and stuff like this, I got approached off of a guy off of SoundCloud, and he's from like Yugoslavia or somewhere like that, like a whole, like obviously another country. And we've been extremely close. I mean, he loves everything I do. He loves everything I do. And that was one of his songs, and it's absolutely one of my favorite songs I've created thus far. And we have another song together coming out on the same project. And the mixing and mastering has been through a guy I met off of Instagram. His name is Mixed by Marv. He actually is self-taught. Been doing it for, since July of last year. And now he works with Grammy award-winning producers like Hit Boy and other people that are very established in the industry. And he's the person that made the sound to what it is. All of the 3 songs that you played thus far are songs that has been mixed and mastered by him.
Wow.
So.
Well, a lot of people are self-taught, and believe it or not, self-taught people are extremely smart because to teach yourself a program, to actually go countless hours with your eyes burning at the computer, this doesn't sound right. Those are the people you should be going to. Not saying the people that went to school for many of years are not credible, because they are, but people are very intelligent that are self-taught. That shit is not easy. Stick with those people who are self-taught, because they're more tenacious about it. They're more passionate about it, because they said, you know what? I'm not about to spend $6,000 on this when I can teach myself. If I have to stay up at night and my eyes are burning and I'm holding my pee for 20 minutes at a time, then that's what I'm going to do, goddammit, because I got to pee.
Right.
So shout out to everybody who you're working with, and shout out to you. You are going to be extremely successful, in which you are already successful. I think people, when they think of success, they think of automatically monetary.
Yeah.
Monetary doesn't make you successful.
Not at all.
Those self-taught people are successful. Yeah. Those people who can clap for themselves are successful. Those people who bought themselves out of depression are successful. Those people who have acquired something that they never felt that they could acquire are successful. So let's just go ahead and cut the bullshit about what success is. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to the next song that I am going to play is going to be titled Royal King Touch. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into that, everybody. Let's go.
Yeah. I got that. I got that. I got that Royal King touch. I got that. Yeah. I got that. I got that. I got that Royal. I got that Royal King touch. I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that Royal King touch. I got that. I got that. I got that Royal King touch. I got that. I got that. I got that Royal King touch. I got it. I got it. I got the touch that don't make you fall asleep and feel lush. Relax to the touch of the fires by the chakra. Hands of a God King touching Nirvana. No pressure, don't stress it. It's all manifested. Happy feelings in the pressure, healings in the process. Something like a master, classy, fast and swift and slicker. All the way melanated, let my hands take you higher. All the way elevated. Go ahead, relax. It's not complicated. Now take a deep breath while I ease into your muscles. Now let me take away the stress from your hustle. I wanna be the one that you run to when you need your body healed up. Dig up in the traps, loosen up the fascia. That's the beauty within the touch, wrapped in energy, supreme being within. When I get my groove on, it's all me. Let it be. While we exchange, smile fast, you release, complete with the potent. I'm about to get you open up the chakras, keep your body locked in. Now take a deep breath. Oxygen's your best friend. Focus on that and keep it intact. That's where the love is. I'm where the love's going. Now feel my touch here. I got that Royal King touch right over it. I got that Royal King touch. I got that. Yeah. I got that. that. I got that. I got that royal. I got that royal king touch. I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that royal king touch. I got that. I got that. I got that royal king touch. I got that. I got that. I got that royal king touch. I got it. I got it. Mother got everybody in it, yo, everybody in got crews and till leading, no room for the weakness. That real love got everybody loving it. Paradigm shifts and votes the heart like ain't nobody stopping me. Got the sauce, even got the juice up in the bottom. Now push full throttle, it's definitely in the fields. Tastes good like gelato, vibe strong over here. I'm a happy ass kid with the mind of a man. My groovy assness with my goofy assness, that's all me. That's it, comfortable in my own skin. No end, and that should be. And if it's your thing, we'll do it your way. We'll do it your way. We'll do it your way. I got that royal king touch. I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that royal. I got that royal king touch. I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that royal king touch. I got that. I got that. I got that royal king touch. I got that. I got that. I got that royal king touch. I got it. I got it.
Yes. Again, feel good music. You don't have to turn the music down when you got the kids in the car.
Right.
You don't got to explain to your grandma what was just said or anything like that. And again, that's something that can be taken everywhere. You are worldwide. You have a voice that everyone can appreciate. You have a story that everyone can appreciate. And I'm not just saying that to juice you up, because we have so many, and I won't even call everyone who creates music an artist. Just because you create music does not make you an artist.
100%.
It's a huge difference. That's why you have rappers. That's why you have singers. You have artists. You know, artists can be someone that just knows how to rap.
You're right.
You know, an artist can be someone that knows how to sing. You know, you have people who are DJs, you know, producers. There are also artists. People who are self-taught. Those are artists.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, I'm honored to have you on this show to showcase what music is.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Okay. You know, this not something that you want to turn down because, you know, it's getting on your nerves. That's not how I feel. It really makes you feel good. It makes you want to dance. It makes you want to pick up your baby and, you know, hold your baby, dance with the baby. You know, it just really makes you feel good. I want to play another song before we go because I enjoy your music greatly. And I believe that everyone that is listening also enjoys your music. I'm just going to pick one by random. I'm going to play Bounce. Okay, we're going to listen to Bounce Everybody by Skyy Royale. Let's go.
Girl, level up your brain and make it bounce, make it bounce. Cash flow clean, so my checks don't bounce, checks don't bounce. This is that music that'll make you bounce, and then we got this house. Never go hit that. Girl, level up your brain and make it bounce, make it bounce. Cash flow clean, so my checks don't bounce. This is that music that'll make you bounce, and then we got this house. Never go hit that. Love us crying in my DJ. I see that up in my DJ. Real come from my DJ. I said loyalty is my cash up quick, so how we get got slave lanes like flames and range we super big. My one's up like level, this is no game. This is the thing of what I'm making my friend. You know what I'm saying? Say
the music back. Thank you.
Over there, he doing that. Enlightening others for the veterans and when another industry be letting it go. But y'all thinking if I'm throwing it up, stacking it up, figured in movies, scripted like movies, all up on the internet. Who do you want to be? Can't say what the truth is. Is it really what it's? Girl, level up your brain and make it bounce. Cash flow clean, so my checks don't checks don't bounce. That music that'll make you bounce. And let me got this house. And then we'll go hit that. Girl, level up your brain and make it down, make it down. Edge flow clean, so my checks don't bounce. This that music that'll make you bounce. And let me got this house. Then we'll go hit that. Ain't nothing fake up in my DNA. Hate on my skin, that's my DNA. I know what it takes for my DNA. I know what I need for my DNA. I'm more like Big Daddy Kane. Mixed with twins, that mean I'll hit from the back end and I'll flat my grip. I've been doing it like back in the day. I'm all the way live, I go all the way. This is how I live myself. They call it the mess that's falsified. They get
like a boss in my
Everything's love, got me in the type of flyers, girl, level up your brain and make it better. Cash flow clean, so my checks don't bounce. That music that'll make you bounce. And let me got this house. And we're gonna hit that. Girl, level up your brain and make it better. Cash flow clean, so my checks don't bounce. This is that music that'll make you bounce. And let me got this house. Then we'll go hit that.
I love that. All I have to say is be prepared for success. You know, it only takes one person to change your life. It only takes one person to see this on Boss It Up Radio.
Right.
You never know who they are. They can have on a white t-shirt, penny loafers, crew socks. That could be your guy.
Right.
Okay. To say, you know what? We want this Skyy Royale. So, you know, again, I am sending you nothing but success, nothing but prosperity, because you have a story to tell. You have a powerful story to tell, and your spirit is so pure. It's like, I want to stay connected with you. So anybody that is your friend, they should be honored to be your friend, because you are someone that is very open-minded. You are someone who is very compassionate. And, you know, I get the sense that you know how to be a chief in the Indian. Everybody wants to be a chief, but nobody wants to be the Indian. Everybody wants to be a teacher, but don't want to be a student. And it just does not go like that. There has to be times where you see that someone is more bossed up than you.
Right.
There's going to be other people who are more bossed up than you. Right. It's okay to raise your hand and be inquisitive and say, you know what, can you teach me this? Can you show me that? That's how we grow as a community.
Wow.
That's how we grow as successful people, as self-taught people. So I want to give a shout out to all self-taught people who are going to be learning a new program tonight, people who are going to be teaching themselves something new. You are appreciated, and keep on pushing at it. You are like one of the dopest people that I have met, one of the dopest people that I have had on Boss It Up Radio. And I'm going to be extremely ecstatic when I see you on a red carpet somewhere. I'm going to say, you know what? He was on Boss It Up Radio. So don't think that that's far-fetched. That can happen, and it's going to happen. So, you know, keep being very tenacious. Keep having that drive. Keep going at it. You know, keep collabing with people that care about you, and that care about the things that you are trying to achieve, because you got it. You got it. And this is only the beginning of your success. And I'm happy and honored to have had you on the show. And I hope that I can get you back again on the show before you blow up into this rock star, this superstar. So is there anything that you would like to say to your viewers before we go today?
Woo. So I gotta give me a moment.
That's okay. That's okay. Because you know what? Sometimes it takes to hear it from somebody else. I think that some people think that they're putting in all this work for nothing, and it's not. If you're a producer, if you make beats, you're not doing none of that stuff for nothing.
Right.
You know, success is what you make it, and it's about consistency is key. And there are people out there that believe in you. Everybody out there is not out to get you.
Right. So my I guess my last little words. I had to take a minute to sit back because it's not many people. It's not many people that I meet that. And I like the way you put boss it up. I like that. Not too many people I meet that's more bossed up than me, and I feel like you're one of those people that are basically we're neck and neck, and obviously in ways, right?
Yeah.
And to hear that from somebody who I look up to, who I see is successful, is somebody as I see as an entrepreneur, somebody as I see as a inspiration to those who, again, don't feel like they can. They necessarily won't because they don't feel like they can, and they won't even give themselves a chance. Let me just give you that same respect, that you are the same way that you feel about me is a self-reflection of yourself, truly, first and foremost. And I think the reason why it's easy for us to be the way that we are is because we truly value who we are, and we love ourselves, and we grow in our love. And by continuing to grow within, obviously the way you feel within is how you're going to treat people.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be the opposite of hurt, because hurt people hurt people. So in order to constantly want to give love and constantly want to make people smile and constantly want to do good, you have to make yourself feel that way. You have to think that way. You have to act that way. You have to put that into everything that you do. And while, I don't want people to think that this is like, obviously perfection isn't real, but I don't want people to think that, I don't have my flaws, because I definitely do. And I'm learning how to be as transparent as possible with everything that I do, including the things that I feel like aren't necessarily, even though I want to show those things, don't necessarily feel like it's going to be perceived the right way. You know what I mean? So it's beautiful that I'm able to grow and being on this show, because this show has taught me a lot. Just kind of looking in retrospective of just the last 50 minutes.
Yep.
I'm mind blown on how great this went and how organic this was. This was
yes. And I want to say this is that transparency is good. Success is transparency. People always want to show when they're primped and pressed, but they never want to show when their big toe is hanging out that sock. Yeah. They never want to show when the house is not clean. They never want to show when the gas tank is on E. But right. They always want to show you when they have on their finest linen. They always want to show you when they got that new car. But they don't want to show you what it looks like when you were catching a train, or when you were catching the bus, when you didn't have any food in the refrigerator, when you were eating ramen, or you were eating cereal all the time. Mm-hmm. Those are the things that people want to see.
Right.
Okay. So listen, success is also failure.
Yeah. It's got to fail forward.
Success is being up those nights, teaching yourself that program that right. You just refrain from paying $6,000 for.
Right.
Success is, what? I know that I am gifted at these things, but I just don't think that I'm that great. But you are that great. Right. And it takes the universe to align us to be here so people can show you how great you are and that you do have supporters. And if nobody didn't know who Skyy Royale was prior to today, they will know now. So just keep on doing you, keep on pressing at it, keep on just being organic. That's why I don't have a scripted show here. I don't have a scripted list of questions that I ask, because I want people to see you for your transparency. I want them to see you outside with your skin glowing and your chest all out and stuff, So, just keep on doing you, keep on being great, because that is what is going to bring success to you. Do not chase success. Allow it to chase you. Don't chase the money. Allow it to chase you.
Man, so let me add to that real quick. So before we even go to, I want everybody to know who is on this time. We're gonna have another show, and it'll be I'll be in a better spot where I can't have all these planes flying by and these dogs in the background. But I will have another show on the 16th, which is my birthday, and I'm very, very excited just based off how this went. I was already expecting this to be great. I mean, this was surpassing everything I expected to be. It's just. I'm just going to continue to show you guys more music. I have some even better songs that I have that I sent to her that I want her to listen to. And money has never been the motive. Money. Let me kind of give the reason why money has never been a motive. My first car accident, the one that ended up killing me, ended up taking about 5 years for a settlement to happen. And I got the settlement check. And that paid for my massage school. But I noticed it was $88,000. And when me and my mom got it, it kind of broke. I mean, I was never money oriented, but it broke the illusion that, okay, this is the thoughts that went in my head. This amount of money, this stack right here of $100 bills. It wasn't that much, but it was, you know what I mean? People literally see this on paper. They never see this their whole lives. people will kill, steal, and do the most just to be able to have that in their possession, just to have it in their possession, not to have any ambitions with it, not to start anything or to leave a legacy behind, but just to have it. And it's like, damn, it's not that serious. That's what basically came out of it. It was just, it's not that serious. And if I'm gonna make this millions of dollars that I'm aiming to make and become a millionaire that I will be, it's not to have it. It's to be able to be as comfortable as I want to be, which I don't want a bunch of shit. When I was going through what I was going through, I was actually homeless for the last 6 months before I came to Maryland. And it was such a blessing not to have a whole bunch of shit to lug around, because the shit I did have, it was a lot. And so now I'm like, and there's a lot of people don't find this out until they get older. Having a whole bunch of material, it weighs you down mentally, physically, and emotionally, because you realize that it's a void that you're trying to fill, that the only way you can fill that void is by following who you are. That void is only void because you don't know who you are.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to.
And, and I'll say this, that's why I said at the beginning of the show that monetary money does not make you successful. Why do you think that so many people who are monetarily successful are poor in the mind? They are mentally unstable. They are unhappy. Mm-hmm. Okay. You want to know what success is? Success is leadership. And if you can acquire leadership, everything else will follow you. Don't worry about the money.
That's right.
I know that if I become a leader, money follows me. But who wants to be a millionaire and be on a yacht by them fucking selves? You want to eat caviar and shit and diving off this yacht with nobody there with you? That's right. Because your attitude sucks. Your attitude is poor, right, because you let the money consume you. Right. So we're not going to worry about that. We're already successful, Skyy.
That's exactly it. I mean, just to kind of add to with finances, have a mindset like rich dad, poor dad. That's no swag, so whack. I mean, it's true. Everything comes with a price tag, and
it does.
Before it could be manifested in the real life, like you said, it has to be here. You have to feel it. You have to see it. You have to really believe it. And the thing about with a lot of people being broke-minded, they give up on themselves way too easily because everything is hard. I mean, the fact is, it's going to be hard regardless. Whether you work a job for 40 years or not, it's going to be hard. You just now have the choice whether you're going to work that 40 years at that job, or you're going to work maybe a 10-year time span and then have an exit plan that you're going to be financially stable, so you no longer have to do that. Yep. That's the goal.
Well, I think that you got it. Everyone here is rooting for you. We all think that you are amazing. So everyone who will just tune in to Boss Up Radio, we are here with Skyy Royale. If you missed the show, you will be able to go back and watch it pre-recorded. Make sure you share this. It costs nothing to support. It costs nothing to share. Right. All your supporters are here for you. We are looking forward to your next show on the 16th on your birthday. We might have to get you a little donation pot going so people can invest to Skyy Royale. Don't laugh. People will definitely support you on your solar return. So we look forward to that showcase on the 16th. We'll have additional information on when we'll be broadcasting on that day. But I want to say thank you for coming on to the show. We got Venus Moon who says, much success, Skyy Royale. He's so peace. This is what complete strangers think about you. Remember that it is always the people that you don't know who will support you the most.
Yes, true.
And that's true. And if you have those who are not strangers that support you, keep them around. I don't care what color their skin is.
Okay? Totally agree. Yes.
Okay. So everybody, we have Bossed It Up again on another episode of Bossed It Up Radio with the amazing and talented, beautiful Skyy Royale. You have some of your supporters here. I'm going to bring them on so you can see your support system here. They are here supporting you. The baby is supporting. So yes, these are people who believe in you. These are people who are rocking with your music. So you have nothing but support here, Skyy. Most everybody, we have Bossed It Up again. We get on Bossed It Up Radio. Please be mindful if you know any small business owners, anyone who possesses a talent, they can come on to Bossed It Up Radio. Showcase it. We love you all. We have Bossed It Up, everybody. Peace.
Hi guys.
We love you.